Morning. My name is Dave Hutchison. I'm the Event Coordinator for the Ontario Curling Association. Also with me today is Steve Chenier, the Executive Director of the Ontario Curling Association. We're here to announce today that the West Northumberland Curling Club is being awarded the 2017 Ontario Men's Provincial Curling Championship. This time I would like to ask Linda Laliberte to come up and say a few words. President of the West Northumberland Curling Club.
On behalf of the West Northumberland Curling Club, I'd like to thank the Ontario Curling Association for awarding the 2017 Men's Ontario Championship to our club. We're all very excited about hosting the event. We know it's going to be a lot of hard work, but the WNCC is up for the challenge. Back in 2010, a core group of people started the West Northumberland Curling Club, and in 2011, through our membership and thousands of hours of volunteer work, we converted an arena into a 5-sheet ice in about 8 weeks. So we know we're up to that challenge. We have a strong history of volunteers within our club, the community, and neighboring curling clubs. So we'll be drawing on all that expertise to hurry hard and get the job done. We'd also like to thank the Town of Cobourg for supporting this initiative and hosting the event at the Cobourg Community Centre. We know that together we'll have a great event, and the 2017 Men's Ontario Tankard will be a success. Now I'd like to ask the Mayor of Cobourg to come up and say a few words. Mayor Bill Brockmere.
Well, thank you very much. It is an exciting event indeed. You know, when I think back 4 years ago in April, we opened this facility, and when we designed this facility, we had in mind so many events that we felt that we could host in this particular venue, and so a lot of thought went into how we would design the bowl, and there is a bowl because seating is all the way around. And we knew that we were going to have certainly lots of hockey tournaments, some professional hockey teams come here. We also have had 2 major concerts, sell-out concerts in the bowl because of the way the seating is arranged. We also knew that we would have basketball, volleyball tournaments, and a host of other events, like home shows, and so on. And I have to admit that at that time, I never really had a Barnes field or a tanker on my radar as one of the things that we could possibly host here. But obviously, shortly after we opened here, we had one arena that was surplus, which through the West Northumberland Curling Club approaching the Town of Cobourg, we were able to form a partnership. And they quickly converted what had been a hockey arena into a very fine curling club establishment. And that was all done with volunteer work. So when I take a look back at how quickly that was converted and the work that went into it, the commitment of the West Northumberland Club, I had every confidence they will be here in full support of this event, which is going to put Cobourg on the national stage because it's a significant event that takes place in every province throughout Ontario. So I'm really excited, and I know it's going to be great for the economic development in the whole county, not just in Cobourg. So again, thank you very much to the OCA for recognizing that we have a facility that is worthy of holding this significant championship. And just say we're all looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
So that concludes the press announcement. We are available for questions if anybody has any questions. Okay, Barry.
How many volunteers do you think it's going to take?
We're estimating about 200 volunteers that we're looking from our curling membership as well as the communities around here, and we'll be sourcing out other curling clubs as well.
How many competitors do you expect to have?
Right now, the OCA may be changing the format, but anywhere from 10 to 14 teams. And they'll be coming from all across the province of Ontario and coming to here. The Northern Ontario teams, of course, play off in the north, so we will not have that sector of Ontario, but we'll have all the other sectors. other questions? Thank you all for coming. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to working with you all in the upcoming months as we move forward with the event. Thank you.
The day that we came, it was myself and Darren St. Clair, the head of the Ontario Curling Association ice team. We always do a site visit ahead of awarding any provincial championships. One of the main concerns, as always, is the ice plant good enough to host the event? Can they make curling ice out of the plant, all that stuff? Harry, the facilitator chairman here, when we came in, we came unannounced, and Harry was, I was maybe expecting you to come one day, and we just like to drop in like that to see unexpectedly, like how the day-to-day operation of the place without them knowing ahead that we're coming. We went down to the ice plant first, and Darren said it's the best ice plant that he's ever going to have the opportunity to work with. A quote from Darren was, "I could possibly make the best ice I've ever made with the facilities here."
Well, it goes back to meeting with the town actually in regards to leasing the Jack Heenan Arena. So we have ongoing meetings with the town where we talk about the lease and things, and it was actually the town that said we'd really like to host a major event here if you could put one into Cobourg. So we said, well, give us a couple of years, we need to host some local events. So we did that. And then in October, the board decided that we would put an application in to the OCA to host the 2017 Men's Ontario Tankard. We were not aware of the process, so we filled out the application and put it in. And then in March of this past year, 2015, the OCA came down, did a site visit, and said Cobourg Community Centre is a great place, and we knew we had the town's support at that point to host it here. And so they said, great place, and if you're interested, that we would award it to you. So we quickly had a membership meeting because, as we all know, it takes hundreds and thousands of volunteer hours to pull off an event like that. And the club membership was fully supportive of the event, coming to Cobourg and the West Northumberland Curling Club hosting it. So we said to the Ontario Curling Association, we'd be glad to host the Tankard if awarded the bid. And here we are today.
When we walked into the bowl, right away I went, this event is coming to this place. It has two end zones, which is very rare for most curling community centers, or just, local community centers. Usually it's only one end zone, so now you have two sets of premium seats that the community can come and view the game. It's always nice to watch the curling from end views. The lighting, just the whole facility, I was sold right away from the moment I walked into the bowl.
It was actually a strange timing. It was the exact same time as we were doing the tour for the senior games. The Curling Association representative showed up here completely unannounced. Luckily, Harry was still in the building because I was off with the senior games people, and so he toured them around. They were thrilled with the facility, loved it, and apparently from that it was not a question that he wanted to host it here.
When I received the hosting application from Linda Laliberte, president of the West Northumberland Curling Club, I'd realized what West Northumberland Curling Club had gone through in their transition from the small arena they had in town to turn it into a curling rink, a 5-sheeter. They did that in less than 3 months, I believe. Knowing that they had done that short turnaround and all that, I just felt that they could form a committee that was going to do a great job in hosting this event.
For people out there that aren't aware of curling and what this means, talk about what this is and what this means to small communities.
Anytime you can bring an event of the magnitude of the men's provincial championship to any community, it's going to have an impact on the community itself. It brings the community closer together. everybody works together. There's great opportunity for sponsorship and working with local businesses and the curling club itself. Curling ranges in age from 5 years old to 80 years old now. So the demographics of the community, everybody in the community can be involved in this. You don't have to be a curler at the West Northumberland Curling Club to be involved in this event.
Well, our next steps are, we've come up with the terms of reference for our volunteerism. We've got about 8 different categories that will be up on our website at www.WNCA.ca. And we're going to be looking and recruiting about 200 volunteers to do this event. What we'll be looking for is either you don't have to be a curling member. You can be a community member, a member of another curling club, or just somebody that wants to help out. There will be a terms of reference for volunteers that they'll be able to familiarize themselves to see if they can make that commitment. And then we'll be moving forward with doing all the logistics and everything that's needed to host a tankard.
For people out there that are not involved in the curling world, where would this be on the scale of curling in Ontario?
Curling in Ontario, this is right up at the top because the people that represent, that come out of the tankard go on and represent Ontario at the Briar. And the Briar then leads to the World. So you want to come out of the Ontario tankard as the winner because you are then representing Ontario at that Canadian Championship.
We're hoping they're big names, but anybody that makes a Ontario Men's Provincial Championship in my book is a big name. There's a lot of great curlers in Ontario. Sure, we have the Howards, sure, we have the Eppings, but in the last couple of years, we've had Greg Balsden's team win, and we've had Mark Keene's team win. 2 strong teams that play on the World Curling Tour and the Ontario Curling Tour. So anybody can really win this event that gets here. They're all quality curlers that make the Men's Provincial Championship.
Yeah, very, very busy time. The next 18-ish months are going to be very busy around here. But we've got a lot of really good volunteer committee members on all of the events, and I'm involved with all of those, so I'm sure that they'll all support and make it a very successful event, no matter which event it is.
There's 4 players that are allowed to carry a 5th per team, so you're talking anywhere from 50 to 70 curlers right now. The OCA's team, there'll be like 15 people on the ice team to make the transition from a hockey rink to a curling rink. There'll be myself, Steve Chenier, the executive director. We'll have officials. The volunteer amount here will probably be anywhere between 2 to 250, I would say. And then I believe in Dorchester last year, the attendance for the week was over 12,000 people for the week. So hopefully coming here, it's going to be 12 to 15,000 in attendance for the week.
Right now, what we can tell people is we're probably going to have tickets available in the fall of 2016. And there'll be different packages. There'll be week-long packages, there'll be mini packages, weekend packages. Don't have all the details, but it's going to be a great event, and we're going to be able to host some after-hours events here at the CCC as well, in a lounge area.
And it's the same people come all the time. They just mark it in their calendar to attend the Ontario Men's Provincial Championship because it's such quality curling. Ontario is a big leader in curling. We produce great teams. We've produced the Howards, the Madaws, Eppings, the up-and-coming team. There's lots of great. And with the Olympics now involved, teams are stronger, more committed. They're more physically fit nowadays. Nutrition. The Olympics has changed a lot for the game of curling, but this is just the elite part of the men's curling event. Curling is a grassroots level sport for all ages, as I said earlier, from the age of 5 to 80. That's the beauty thing about it.
For this event, I think it'll be really huge. It's nice. It's a little different than what we have been doing with the 2 hockey tournaments that we've had. The demographics obviously different that watches curling, so I think that it'll be a real draw. I've in talking to the curlers that a lot of people travel from all across the province just as spectators for this event, so I think that the town will see a real influx of people coming during that week.